Yo, Adrix just released a Maeve video.
Man, I love his videos. I can't wait to see what he has to say about my favorite champion. Alright, let's see what he has. I mean, I'm pretty sure the title's a troll,
God
right?
damn it, I love Maeve.
Yes!
Maeve is genuinely one of the few good and fun champions, and that to say that she's one of those things that make paladins paladins. Oh yeah. Maeve is the most overrated piece of shit in this entire garbage ass game!
Let me tell you something, you stupid piece of shit.
Maeve requires my dick.
Yeah, well, Adrix more like a dick. Maeve is the most perfect queen that the bug-free game Paladins produce. Okay, and she's my queen. So don't you fucking dare to talk bad about my queen, you fuck. So, I've had this video idea on the back burner for a while now, but I never really got around to making it. I mean, it is pretty obvious that Maeve has got to be one of the most divisive champions in the game right now.
Even more so than the last version of Expectations was for Star Wars.
I still hate you.
Hey man, that bit was a joke. It's over now.
Wait, it was all a joke?
Always has been. In the Paladins community, there are 3 types of people.
Yeah, the 2D waifu virgins who worship the vermin feel fantasized versions of Maeve. And then there are people who just dislike her, and that's okay too.
But then, there are the ones that despise Maeve so much that you just have to wonder if their family got brutally murdered by a pink-haired French neko lolly, and they swore to bravely trash talk her and anyone who expresses a hint of adoration towards her.
Ah yes, I'm so smart and quirky. I hate your Maeve post because Maeve is popular, and I'm quirky that way, so I don't like popular stuff. That's odd. Nothing happened. The sad part is, there's not even an exaggeration at this point. I mean, take a look at any outpost on Maeve in the subreddit. It has been splattered with the shits that these people comments. I mean,
Hitler spent a lot of effort on the Holocaust too. Should we all pussyfoot around trying not to hurt his feelings when he made something you didn't want?
the Holocaust, the fucking Holocaust? Hitler may have been a bitch, but
Calm down, right? The Holocaust? The fucking Holocaust? Hitler may have been a bloody bitch, but submissive mental gymnastics may be a real bloody contender to that. Congratulations, you're both bloody retarded.
people have always been going down on Maeve stuff. But now the people who just watched the first 5 minutes of Adrix's video,
they just don't understand.
well, they start shitting on everything Maeve related. Oh, those guys can go comment,
Gaze into the abyss!
Maeve used to be thought of as highly skilled and just an overall fun champion to play. But now, thanks to people misunderstanding the video, there are piles and piles of people complaining that it takes no skill and it's easy to play. Well, if it's that easy to play, then explain this. I'm a level 70 Maeve with 200 hours of playtime on her. I mean, these are my past matches. Evidently prove that Maeve isn't OP. Checkmate, Andrew main.
Or you just suck.
People with half a brain would understand what Adrix meant. But hey, I'm not gonna judge. You're just fucking stupid.
That's just judging.
Well, no, because I'm not in court, am I? Okay, fine, whatever. Let me, a person of supreme intellect, explain what Adrix meant. So this right here represents how much effort and skill you put into a champion. And this line represents how well you perform. This appears the skill ceiling, and it represents the peak. Freddy climbed up the Himalaya, but God said, no, you can't go any higher, because this is as big as you're gonna get, so enjoy it.
Okay, yeah, nerd, can you get back to the point?
Oh, alright, okay, fine, let me get a fan favorite champion. Someone who takes a heck ton of skill, and who has one of the most intriguing personalities on the roster, Vivian. So we're gonna use her as an example here. So this is how good an average Vivian player would do when they first try on Vivian. Pretty bad. You gotta understand their abilities and learn how the really complex gun works. Okay, but then obviously I'm not that. So I have great aim. I instantly got her out. Like, she's my lowest level champion and I still get pantas with her.
Hey,
like
what's
it's
this?
No, where did you get that? No, I buried it. It's gone. It was supposed to be gone. It's a bot match. It's a bot match.
It's not.
No, I crashed.
It's not.
I crashed.
Need healing!
Alright, so anyway, that's not the only criticism that Maeve is getting, so we'll be touching on them because, well, I agree on some of them quite a bit. So first things first, we'd like to thank everyone who took our survey and replied to all of our posts on Twitter and Reddit regarding this topic. And sorry for taking so long, though.
Follow me on Twitter.
Which leads us to the toxicity of Maeve.
So, annoying Maeve mains.
Yeah, I totally can't dispute that at all.
Yeah, most of the Maeve mains aren't toxic, they're just stupid.
What?
Okay, sure, there can be toxic Maeve mains. I mean, look at Frostfang's newest video. But toxicity isn't just exclusive to Maeve players. Anyone can be toxic, it doesn't matter who they play.
Tell me, have you ever seen a Victor insta-locker forcing you to heal him even though you're using a DPS talent in casual? Or when the Koga starts AFKing after you lose 1 point? Because of this stigma that Maeve players are toxic people, everyone are targeting us, not just the 90% that Adrix mentioned. Our opinions get invalidated because we have a Maeve flare by our name. Adrix.
My man, I really love your stuff. I really do. But this point about saying that Maeve is the most, like Maeve mains are the most toxic, privileged, one-trick children, that's really harmful. You understand how this community works, and just talking shit about just Maeve main, just independently talking shit about Maeve main just for video content. I don't think that's a good idea if you actually care about what's good for the community at large. I mean, if you take a look at this survey that I had, it shows you that most of the people are leaving the game, like equal numbers of people are leaving the game because of the bugs and the toxic community. So I don't think it's helpful for the game that we both love to inspire a more toxic community. Now for skins.
Well, this should be easy.
But we will be releasing a part 2 detailing our views on the skins. Now for the part y'all been waiting for the title of the video, we'll be fixing Maeve.
So these are the changes that we'll love for Evil Mojo to implement into Maeve. I think we'll fix most of her problems, like balance-wise, by giving her a more varied playstyle, and also by improving the experience of people playing against her.
Obviously, the first fix that maybe I could give Maeve is the damage fall off. Like, everyone complains about Maeve having, like, just being like a second sniper in general. She can just stand back and play like a little pussy. Even though she is one, but, I mean, she's a cat, half cat, she's a half pussy.
This joke isn't going anywhere. Anyways.
We can give her a damage fall off if, we want to. But I don't know, I don't think that the sniping thing is all that bad because it's literally just 400 damage per dagger. And you need to hit both of them, and there's a drop, and it's predictions. So I don't think it's that bad, but if people really hate it, there can be like a damage fall off at a minimum of, maybe the damage fall off caps at 250 damage. So at the longest range, the daggers will only do 250 damage. And then that's the first thing that people complain about. But the second thing, the one that everyone hates, even me, because I'm a person of culture, I hate street justice. You hate street justice. Don't say no, I know you hate street justice, alright? So, we'll be getting rid of that. Fuck street justice. Street justice deserve to die, basically. Street justice players, don't talk to me. But keep watching the video because you and I love Maeve, and I love you. So yeah, street justice is gone. What now? My idea for the reworked version of street justice is just this version of street justice to take over Cat Burglar as the starting legendary card for Maeve. This rework lets Maeve shoot single daggers, and the dagger does 500 damage but it travels in a more similar way to Tiberius' left mouse button. Okay, hear me out here, alright? The gimmick here is that the time between when you fire your first shot and when you're able to shoot your second shot is 0.65 seconds. However, the time between your shots from the second to the third becomes 1 second, and this matches up with your current in-game fire rate. So I think that would help make Maeve a more fun and varied champion to play. It's fun. I think that would be fun to play as. Now for Cat Burglar. So this is another soft complaint about Maeve, saying that's too bursty, too OP, compared to the other stuff that Paladins have. But recently it's been brought back to relevance. I mean, Cat Burglar's been around for a really long time, but because of her predatory card rework, this card lets her reduce her cooldown of Prowl whenever she hits a shot. So if you're fighting against a good Maeve, she constantly have her Cat Burglar shots up, doing extra damage. Well, I honestly think that this helps her to be able to duel other flanks and DPS, especially Androxes. Like, without that, her DPS output is just too low. But I would love if they don't touch this at all. However, if worse comes to worse, they could make it so that Maeve is not able to shoot during her Prowl, giving back the 3 Cat Burglar shots. However, this time, the damage amp only comes when you hit both shots. Sort of like focusing lance and maybe the ult in our talent. It gives her a fresh new way to play, and it's like a new minigame to be able to hit both your shots. And it also demands a bit more skill instead of just a free 550 damage by swinging the screen around. So I personally feel that the hatred towards Maeve stems from the matchmaking. It's all the matchmaking fault. Honestly, Maeve is a really skill-dependent champion. But then because of the lower player base in Paladins, people who spend so much time mastering Maeve gets paired up against the average player. And I don't think the average player can deal with someone who actually gets good at Maeve. Sure, Maeve may take a bit less time than Eevee to, grind up to be really OP, really good, right? But that's not the champion's fault. That is the investment of time and effort of the player into that champion, and they're being rewarded accordingly. OP are people who take the least amount of skill to play but still perform really, really well. That's OP. That's not fun to play against. You feel cheated whenever you fight against them. People like Victor, people like Xin. I mean, Xin's not that OP now, but with his sustain and all those stuff, in the low levels, Xin and Moji, they're OP. But Maeve isn't OP because people need skill to play Maeve. I don't know where people get the Maeve doesn't need skill come from, but she really does. If you take a look at these people in the Paladins competitive subreddit, people who actually play the game competitively, they can tell easily that Maeve do need skill. And she earns a kill, so I don't understand the point about Maeve being overpowered.
It is me, the subscribe button. Oh my god, it's the subscribe button. The same subscribe button who committed several war crimes in Nuremberg. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Come on guys, punch the subscribe button to defeat him. Ah! No, stop hitting me! Ah! I will be back! Wow, good job, guys.
And finally, Adrix mentioned something about Maeve's Baguette origins, and honestly, I don't know what French people sound like.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the closest I've gotten to French people has been watching a rat cook soup in a 5-star restaurant while a tick ghost watches him. But I do know Maeve's story, though.
What the fuck is she wearing? What kind of clothes are those? She looks like some kid who ran away from an orphanage.
Yes, she is. Basically, Maeve is a half Tigron who grew up on the streets. And, well, her story has a lot of potential to it, honestly. And if only there was someone out there who cared enough to delve deeper into her lore without making her out to be some kawaii, tsundere, cutesy, neko bitch.
Well, if you're looking for a book like that, well, I got the book for you. So both of us, we wrote a book about Maeve. This is a book called Midnight, and it takes place back before the war started. So it shows the life of a little hybrid child living in the harsh streets of Hillstead, which is a town in the realm on the verge of war. It shows how she grows up to be the thief that we know and love today, or hate, depending on who you are.
Other characters like Koga and Xin will also make appearances in the book.
There are 2 videos up on the channel in regards to that project, so please, if you're really interested or just want to show a bit of support for a 2-year-long project, please take a look at the 5 chapters that we have up on Wattpad and archives of our own. It's free, and the links are in the description down below. So about 30-minute read for all 5 chapters, and if you don't like the first page, then it won't cost you anything to start.
Yep, and if reading isn't your thing, then we would also be having a read-along for the book 2 during its release, and a complete animated trailer as well as other content that we hope that you'll all enjoy.